Hello again. Well, here I am with the second of my videos to show you some things that you can do with jelly prints to make them into clean and simple cards. This is my stack of prints that I did the other day in a video, some of which you can see have been used. So I've got quite a lot to go at, so I've got to think of lots of things I can do with these prints, otherwise they're going to be sitting in the drawer for a long time. But that's not a problem. I always like to go to my drawer and look for things I've done some time ago, just to give me a little bit of inspiration. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of them, as you can see. So I'm going to start with this one here today. And what I thought I would do, rather than putting this background behind an aperture, I am going to actually cut some dies from it, or die cut some images from it. So there's lots of different places of interest in this piece of paper, and what I proposed to use is this maple leaf die. I don't remember the make. I tried to look this morning. There's an oak leaf there as well. There may well be another leaf in the set, I can't remember, but it's got slight veins that will emboss into the paper. So to know what my leaf is going to look like, what I've done is to die cut it from just a piece of copy paper. Let's cut a bit of this off. We don't need all of this. Okay, bit of copy paper. So what I can do, I can use this like a window and move it around my print to see if I can find an area that I kind of like the look of. So this whole sheet of paper isn't going to fit through my Spellbinder's silhouette, so I'm going to just trim this down so that it will go through. So no matter where I put my die, it will be okay. It will fit. Right. There we go. Slightly reduced in size. Now, here I am looking for where I want this. Some lovely, lovely parts of this print. Some super patterns. I mean, I could kind of put it anywhere, really. Absolutely. And let's just put it there. That's quite nice. So what I'm going to do is put it onto my plate, which is really very warped. I ought to get a new one out. I have got some new ones, but I'm a bit mean. That's a bit close to the edge. I'll just cut a bit more off that. Where was it? Somewhere there, I think. That looks so nice. Okay, that's the bit I want to have. So I'm going to pop my die into the gap, put on my top plate, and cut it out. Okay, let's just get this up. Because it's only paper, it's kind of stuck to the plate. There we go. So somewhere in here is my piece. There it is. It is lovely, but it's only paper. So what I've done, I've cut another one out of card, and I'm going to stick the one on top of the other. You can cover the back of the whole of this with a piece of card, stick it together if you want to, but I don't know what I want to use the rest for, and if I want it for like a collagey bit or something, I may want it just the thickness of the copy paper. So I'm going to do it this way. Before I do that, I'm going to cut out another leaf. I want to have two. I decided I want 2 leaves. This is too nice not to have 2 of. So let's have a look. Where shall we have the next one? perhaps about that's quite nice too. There's such, I mean, there was simple patterns to make with the jelly plate, but can you see this? Right, I'm just going to pop this into the space, put on my top plate and run it through my machine. There we go. Again, because it's only thin stuff, it's stuck right into the plate. There we go. Okay, so now I have 2 leaves, and rather than just stick them as is, there's a bit of the white one on there. I didn't get it absolutely right. There we go. Come off. I think the next time I do it, I'm going to have to do another one of these, because I just got slightly off by a sliver, but it doesn't matter. There we go. Right, now I'm going to stick these 2 to a piece of card each, just to give them a little bit of support. And what I'm going to do is putting the ink, oh dear, don't get old. Put the glue onto the card rather than onto the paper, because it's a bit more rust and robust and won't wrinkle up if I'm a bit heavy-handed. Okay, so that's pretty much covered. So we'll put one of them on here. Get out my tweezers just to make sure they're together. This glue is repositionable for a bit until it's set. So if you stick the card to the back of the the print before you start, you don't get this problem of aligning. You just cut the 2 out together. But for my purposes, it's what I wanted to do today. Okay, there's the first one. Now the second one. There are some lovely, lovely patterns on there. Okay. Right, there's my leaf. Now, this morning, I was looking through my emails, and I had an email from Blog Loving, some of the blogs I like to look at. And one of them was a challenge where they have what they call it, a trend week or something, and it was to use a stencil. I'm having a bit of a struggle to get this in the right position, you understand, but we're fine now, I think. Good. And that particular challenge was to use a stencil, and I thought it might be fun if I were to try and stencil something over this. I don't know if it would work or not. I might just try it and see. I found this one from Gummy Pan here. I want these, I've decided, I've cut my card base, which is half a sheet of A4, cut down the length and tent folded. Found a piece of scrap to cut the front panel off from. I normally do this size front panel, but the piece of card I found was an offcut and it wasn't quite big enough for that, so I just used the next size down, which is this one. And as I mentioned in the video that I did about 10 tips for clean and simple cards, by putting a front panel which is the same as the card base, it's a very subtle it's a subtle way of focusing the eye on the image. It frames the image, even though it's hardly anything really, but it does make a difference. I also found a tiny piece of Hessian sculling around in my little doodad box. I've got a little doodad box here of stuff that I start to use and don't know what to do with. So I found it in there, and I thought I could put that on there. I could put these leaves like kind of this, and then a little sentiment there. That was what I've got in my head, but I haven't got there yet. But that's on in the pipeline. I'm going to try doing this a little bit of stenciling, because this is going to be subliminal as well. That's the angle I want them, so I'm going to pop this over here like this, so they're both facing vertically. Oopsie daisy. Start again, Christine. Right, like that. That's how I want them. Put my stencil over the top. Find the blending brush, and let's just do a quick bit of stenciling over the top. I think that's it. And it doesn't show up much on there at all. That's interesting. Very interesting. But probably because the colour's quite dark. Swipe the matte. Never mind, that's an experiment that didn't kind of work. If I'd done it with Versamark, I could have embossed it, couldn't I? Never mind, it's fine, it's fine. One idea out the window. There we go. What I want to do now, because these are slightly embossed, I think what I might do is put them through again to get a better impression of the embossing, and see if that will show up more when I use my gilding wax. Let's have a look and see if it's any better. We'll see if we can compare them. Oh, that's better. That is better, yes. You can see the impressions in this one far more you can in that, so I'm going to do this one as well. Okay, put it in again. If I had done this again, putting the card on the back first, I would have had a good emboss to start with. Right. Let's just do this again. I'm sorry that these videos kind of are longer, but the thing is, I've been asked many times about sort of my thought processes, so I thought if I started from start and went through it, you'd understand a bit more what I was kind of getting at. Okay, I'm just going to try a little bit of gilding wax on here, because I do quite like to do that to surfaces that have been embossed. Let's just see. Let's try around the edge first of all. I never put it straight onto a project because it comes out rather heavily. There we go. There. That's so pretty. You need such a little amount of this. It's gilding wax by Pebeo, or Pebeo, however you say it, P-E-B-E-O. And this one is Empire Gold, would you believe? Empire Gold. I think the days of the Empire, British Empire anyway, over. There, I don't want to ruin the effect of the doodad, what do you call it, the print, but just to give it a bit more life. Okay, put the lid on that. Wipe up the excess, otherwise I'll get it all over everywhere. There we are. Those do look nice, I have to say. They do look lovely. Right. Now, this. What I have put, that was a busted flush, wasn't it? I have put a piece of double-sided sheet on the back of this hessian, burlap or whatever you care to call it, and to make sure that it does stick really well, I just do this. Oops, wrong way. Rub it over to make sure that the adhesive actually adheres to the burlap, and then I can peel off the backing and I can stick on my piece of hessian. When I put things onto panels, I'm a bit funny about where I put them, and I like, if I'm putting them on a panel like this, to have a similar amount of space either side and top. Don't know why I do it, but I do. There we go. So there is my burlap onto the thing. Now these two, just like that, I think. And I don't think they need to be raised. I think I'll just use my ATG gun, put a bit of adhesive on the back and stick them on. Right. Which one did I have where? I think I have the darker one at the bottom. There we go. Now, I need a little sentiment, and I dug out this set from Sugar Pea Designs, Everyday Sentiments. They are terrific. You can see how many there are, absolutely loads, and just covers about every occasion you'd want to cover, I would think. So I'm just doing a thinking of you on this one. I am going to stamp it onto a piece of scrap. Here it is. And it's kind of deciding whether I think I'm going to do gold, actually. I think I'm going to do it in gold and emboss it. So a quick dab with the old anti-static bag. Bit of Versamark. And let's stamp it. I think that's okay. I might have pressed a bit hard, we'll see. I'll always do it again if it's not good enough. There's my gold. This is Wow something or other. Wow. Metallic gold, rich, pale, super fine. What a mouthful. Metallic gold, rich, pale, super fine. Oh, crikey. I think that's okay. Just pop this back into the... There we go. Let's just heat this up. Okay. Now I can choose whether I cut that out with my trimmer or with a die. What shall we do? Let's see. Keep all my dies I use all the time. Here's a little one. It's about the right. Can you see this is actually too long, but that is fine. I think I'll get a new piece of that because that is not tacky anymore. I cut down dies. I make the cut longer, I make it shorter, I do all sorts. Okay, let's just put that on around there. Okay, I'll bring my die cutting machine in just a bit closer so you can see this bit. Okay, I'm going to put that with the end that's around the beginning of the sentiment in first. And I'm going to take it through just part way. That's far enough. Now what I'm going to do is take this off, turn it round the other way, put the die on around the other end of the sentiment and cut that bit out. There we go. Move this away. So there's my sentiment. And I want that to go just about there, I think. Let's have a look, see if that's what I think. I think that's exactly what I think. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this panel onto some foam tape. This is foam tape from Sticks to Anything, and it is about 1/2 centimetre wide. That's going to be too long. We'll chop a bit off. There we go. That will do. Some of you probably get fed up of hearing the same tips over and over again, but maybe a little gem might be useful for someone who hasn't seen any videos before. Okay, nearly done. Now, foam tape is notoriously sticky, so just to make sure I've got a bit of manoeuvrability, a touch of glue stick over the top means I can either take it off and put it on again or move it slightly. Now, to position this, put it over my pointy fingers, find its place and let it fall. There we go. Now the sentiment, all I want to do, I don't think I want this on foam tape, do I? No, I don't think I do. I'll just stick it on. Thinking of you. There. And there's another clean and simple card utilising some of the prints from my Gelli plate. So watch out for more. There'll be more coming. And thanks so much for watching.